let me do it.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, project you live as a champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. Smackdown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins now.
Everybody, welcome back to Wrestling with Savage, WWE Weekly Update. Can't wait to get into it. I'm going to bring in my special guest. Before I do, I'll just show a very nice picture of a recent accomplishment. So congratulations to Evil Kip for getting some gold out there in the world. Let's bring him in and say congratulations to you, sir. How you doing?
Clearly better than you, and you've already got the wrong introduction because I've already had gold. That's the Dropkick Depression heavyweight title. And I've added the Creator Pro Tag Team title to my already impressive resume. So already I have to correct the host of this show.
Oh, I was just happy that you got some gold here in the tri-state area, New York City, Creator Pro. It's nice to see it. I know you have other gold, but I'm talking about gold that actually matters to me. You wouldn't know nothing about that because you're not a real New Yorker.
Not a real New Yorker. You don't know where I'm from. I'm from an undisclosed location, and I wouldn't want to tell you where I'm from either. Last thing I want you doing is moving around near me and bringing down the property values.
I would never bring down the property value, first of all, so you know that. My stock's just going up. I don't know where you're coming from with that kind of accusation like that. That's nonsense.
One thing that's been going up is your cesspool levels from all the shit you're spewing.
Unbelievable that you don't understand that you're in the presence of greatness and have told other people, and I'll tell you this, you can't rush greatness. And I kind of respect that about you. You're grinding, you're taking your time. Are you greatness? Are you greatness? Do you consider yourself great?
Of course I do. And now I have gold 2 times over to prove it.
It's true.
So again, I can just keep on adding to the resume. I can let other people try and feel good about themselves. It all depends on what I want to do, when I want to do it.
Well, we're watching NXT right now, and I'm wondering when you're going to elevate your level and start getting in matches. Imagine a match with Evil Kip and Trick Williams, Shawn Spears. Just from this screenshot, who would you rather have a match with?
Well, I mean, looking at, is he Shawn Spears in NXT as well?
Yes, he is.
All right. See, the fact that I don't even know that shows you what I think about Shawn Spears.
Wow.
And that stupid little haircut. I mean, it's something to have a landing strip on top of your head. You know, you're pretty much broadcasting your vices up front. So that'd be fun. As far as whip that trick, one thing he won't be doing is whooping that Kip.
So you're saying he would not whoop that Kip?
He would not whoop that Kip.
I don't know about that. Trick Williams, tough competition. He's the current world champion right now, NXT. So
I'm taking nothing away from him. I'm not taking anything away
What would be your strategy going against the Trick Williams, though?
You know what would be my strategy? I'd probably do some football plays because he washed out of professional football. That's why he is in NXT. Yeah, whoop that trick. You know, but you can't whoop that Kip.
Ouch. Ouch.
Didn't he play for the Eagles? Oh, a pathetic franchise.
Trick Williams, if you're out there, he says that you're not going to whoop that Kip. We'll find out maybe. Maybe we'll find out this year. Evil Kip should be in NXT. He's out here winning gold just like this. Doing the damn thing. Shitting on fans everywhere, as you should. And this was the match here where the gold was won?
Yeah, against Adrenaline Express. I will say, to give credit where credit is due, one of the competitors in that match, VSK, when the match was released, said the greatest Creator Pro Tag Team match of all time. And he was the loser of it. So that lets you know how great the match was.
Well, someone in the chat says he wants me to set up Moody versus Evil Kip. So you got a challenge already here on the Savage Kingdom. Sean Moody?
Who the hell is Moody?
Sean Moody's a rabid Marty Jannetty fan.
That's embarrassing. I'm sorry to hear that.
Unbelievable. How could you disrespect Marty Jannetty like that?
Is he still active?
I'll get Marty Jannetty right now. He'll have something to say to you, sir.
I have met Marty Jannetty once.
My God.
I'm not going to disparage the, Marty Jannetty. He's a legend. I will say he does not remember the encounter, and it's not because he met a lot of people that day. That's all I'm going to say about Marty Jannetty.
Marty Jannetty's meeting people all day long, whether you see them or not. They're there, brother. Someone's talking to him. Trust me. He hears the voices like Randy Orton. And right now we're watching NXT. Who do you got in this matchup? We got Idris Sanofi, Malik Blade, and it looks like they were just eliminated. So Tyler Bate and my boy over here, Pete Dunne or Butch, whatever they're calling him nowadays, are going against Angel Garza, looks like, and Humberto.
All right, so apparently this is a gauntlet match. So they're just going to keep on bringing in teams left and right, and they are starting off with a hockey fight. Man, all I can say is this. If any of those punches hit me, I would just laugh and then get the pin right away from any of these four competitors.
You got to admit, these are four top-of-the-line competitors, though. These guys are good.
Yeah, well, I think the team that's wearing green will win this match.
Yeah, that's cute. I like that. That's a good prediction. A betting man would take that. But nonetheless, all four of these guys, I look at them as individual talents. I feel like they're better as individuals than tag team partners. And that's a question I have for you. Do you see yourself having more success long-term as a solo guy or as a tag team guy?
That's a great question. I always considered myself a solo competitor, but I've always been forced in tag teams. With that being said, I will give credit where credit is due. Teaming with Bryce Donovan, even though people like to call us an odd couple, that we can't really trust each other in the long term, for right now, we are on the same page because we both like winning. Bryce knows he needs me to win. I don't necessarily need Bryce, but at least I know that he hitched himself to a winning wagon, and we're just going to dominate people left and right. And to give credit where credit is due, since I've come into Bryce Donovan's life, he realized, my God, I need to up my game standing next to Evil Kip, and he certainly has. He is in tremendous shape. Keeps on putting on the pounds, and his future in wrestling is bright.
I know he has had a lot of success at Creative Pro too, and you guys aligning yourselves together seems like a great combination, maybe unstoppable at Creative Pro, unlike anything maybe we've ever seen before. I'm wondering what MJF might have to say about this unholy union, I think some people would call it, between you and Bryce.
I know exactly what MJF would have to say about it. Blah, 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 blah. Because I don't really know a word he says, and I don't really care, quite frankly. If he wants to grow a set and challenge us and find any partner in the world, bring it on. I don't care. I've beaten him before. I will beat him again.
Listen, I know MJF is the kind of guy that will come down and have another match like he did with Leo Sparrow at one of these Creative Pro events. Are we going to see MJF versus Evil Kip?
I would love it, but I know he wouldn't because he wouldn't want to embarrass himself. And that's the thing about MJF. Why did he take on Leo Sparrow? Because he knew he would win. And that is exactly what happened. And I give credit where credit is due. It was a great performance. But, as I've said, me and him have wrestled in the past. I have beaten him in the past. And I know he wants to keep his reputation flawless. He's kind of like Floyd Money Mayweather when he wouldn't want to fight Manny Pacquiao in his prime. He waited till Pacquiao was over the hill to take him out to keep his undefeated record. Hey, listen, he won the fight. He got the money for it. God bless him. That's MJF. He will not face me. If you have his phone
number on dial, you should call him right now and challenge his ass live to come on down to the next Creative Pro event and show up here. And then you know he can't beat you.
I've beat him before, so that is how I know. This is
but
like
now you want revenged because he hasn't acknowledged your dominance over him, and you're tired of the disrespect.
I don't blame him. Like, if I was MJF, would I want to brag about my losses? Do you hear MJF talking about how I lost to CM Punk? No. Do I hear MJF talking about how I lost to Evil Kip? No. Like, it's one and the same.
I want to see it happen. I want to see MJF and you one-on-one. I want to see it. I'm going to try to make that happen. We'll see if we can get MJF to respond to a Savage maybe in the future. Because honestly, I think you can kick his ass because I don't think he's the same guy anymore, man. I think ever since he got injured, he came back. He's looking more mid-card than ever from what I'm watching.
All right. I mean, that's what you're going to say. I saw him win his match against Roosh.
Absolutely, yes. Yes, but why isn't he going right after the title? He should be going right after the title. He should not be happy that Will Ospreay is getting that opportunity right now.
I think that match was signed before MJF came back. Hey, whatever.
Maybe.
But I don't know. We're going to find out when MJF gets another opportunity where he stands. But right now,
look at this.
Undefeated.
Well, I'll show this picture right here. So that's just you and Bryce right there. And that's also Be Good.
Well, right there, it's Bryce and I. The person who's in that photo with us, that's Brian Myers. What he likes to do for all the new champions is do the Triple H pose. And what I like to do, I don't care who the hell you are, is do the Evil Kip pose. So by effectively holding up my belt in an appropriate spot, I made that picture much better.
And now you're here on the cover of Be Good. And this is in Old Bridge, New Jersey, right at the end of the month, coming up in just 4 days, 2024. And this event obviously has some special meaning to you. So please tell me what this is about and why people should come out there and see you that night.
Well, special meaning to me because I am the Dropkick Depression heavyweight champion. And this promotion is unlike a lot of wrestling promotions. Well, I should take that back because a lot of promotions don't make a profit. But Dropkick Depression is a nonprofit organization, and it's run by Tara Calloway and Jeff Cannonball. And what they like to do is every show, the proceeds go to a charity. So this charity is Anchor House. So we're asking fans to come in, bring clothing for teens and adults, bring in pajamas, bring in undergarments, bring in laundry detergent, hygiene products, hair care products, gift cards. And all these donations will go to Anchor House, which provides safe housing and other impactful services to youth and young adults who have run away, are at risk of or are experiencing homelessness, neglect, or abuse. I think that's a wonderful thing that Jeff and Tara do. But again, Evil Kip is straight up the champion of this promotion. So what I like to do is promote myself. And I want that place to be a sellout because when Evil Kip is in the building, I want every seat filled. And there is my opponent, that's Slav Ron Voyage. Just hold on. Like, I want everybody objectively to look at this picture. Who looks like they rolled out of the bed looking like a champion, and who looks like they rolled out of a dumpster?
Well, let me know in the chat, guys, if you have a response to that. But yeah, I get what you're saying. He's from trash and you're not.
Clearly, it's friggin' disgusting that this is what I have to waste my time with. But again, I am the heavyweight champion. I take pride in my work. I take pride in my body. So I am not even calling this a match at this point. I'm calling it a live wrestling exhibition. Wow. And you can observe just me taking it light, just, some little calisthenics. I don't know if I'm going to break a sweat in that or not. After the match, I'm going to have a rightful victory celebration. I don't want anybody invited. I just want you all observing what greatness is. I want you all to see a level of success that you will not achieve. And I
got bad news for you, though.
Oh, go ahead.
Over the last 60 seconds of you shitting on Ron Voyage, I've been saying his name over and over again in my head. I think he's getting over with me. I kind of like the name, and I'm thinking about the gimmick. I think he could really get these people partying over there like we're in the Bahamas. He's going to come out having a good time,
Oh,
and you're going to just send him home miserable, aren't you?
oh, yeah, that's very cute of you to say. And you know what? Something that's cute of Ron Voyage is, he likes to do his little conga line in the match.
Oh, I see. I knew it. Yeah, he likes to get
Oh,
moving and
yeah.
good. Yeah.
Oh, let's give a clap for Ron Voyage. Oh, feeling hot, hot, hot. I'm glad, Mr. Caribbean over there. I am going to take great. Oh God, yeah. Ron
Well,
Voyage. You think Ron Voyage's picture will be amongst these people?
No, but we are watching this match right now, and the only people that are still left are Tyler Bate, Pete Dunne, and Chase Yu now in the ring. We'll keep you posted on what's going on as Evil Kip continues to bash on Ron Voyage.
Yeah, and Ron Voyage. After our match, I'll be calling him Ron Au revoir because I am going to be making him happen somewhere. I mean, hopefully a permanent vacation.
Sean says, do you think you're better than Orange Cassidy, and do you like GCW?
Do I like GCW? No, I do not like GCW. Well, quite frankly, clearly they just don't want the smoke of Evil Kip. And as you're smoking away, God knows what.
Oh, yeah.
And again, glorified crappy wrestling. Is that what the company's name is?
Wow, big shots fired.
Again, have me in there, and we'll see. I would have to educate the fans there on what wrestling holds are. I don't think I've ever seen one person in there apply a proper nerve hold, and that's what I want to do is educate the crowd of holds that have worked since the dawn of time. Light tubes weren't around in the dawn of time. But a good nerve grip, a good trapezius hold has been, and that's exactly what I would do there. Do I think I'm better than Blue Levi's? What was that his name? Or Orange Julius? Is that his name?
How about Nick Gage?
Nick Gage. Does he still wrestle?
Yeah, sure.
Is it an occasional match from him? Is it when he just wants to,
I think he wrestles more than he should at this point, but yeah, he's wrestling and he's still kicking ass, yeah.
Yeah, when his pizza cutter isn't, rusty, he has to, put some oil on it, get it all lubed up to work again. Hey, listen, I would love to wrestle Nick Gage. I'm not intimidated by him. I'll even say the person's name properly, Orange Cassidy. I would love to wrestle him. I'm not intimidated by either person. And talk about two ends of the spectrum. One likes to have death matches. One likes to put people asleep with his matches. It doesn't matter. I would beat either person. Where would it be? If it would be glorified crappy wrestling, sure. If it would be in AEW, why the heck not? Or if they want to calm down to Creative Pro Wrestling, I'm fine with that too. If they want to go to Dropkick Depression, where I am the heavyweight champion, I'm a fighting champion. I have no problem beating either person there. Come to my place. Again, if your promoters want to keep me out, okay, then fine. Hit up Tara Calloway and Jeff Cannonball and say, I want to shut up Evil Kip, and we'll see if you can do it.
Let me ask you a question. Out of everybody in Chase U, who do you think is going to have the most success in this business?
The one wearing red.
I have to put you in the spot. I'll give you the answer. It's going to be Thea Hale. Thea Hale is going to go on to make more money than everybody you see on this screen here right now. That is not a matter of my just opinion. It's just something I feel in my bones. I know that girl is a certified fucking superstar. She has that kind of high intensity you can't teach. You can't teach that shit.
But again, I want to give credit. I don't know if his name is still Mr. Bravado over there, but he's been in wrestling for a long time, and he's a grinder, and it's something I respect because
these guys are all grinders, man. Anybody that's in the performance center right now, they won't let you in the building unless you are a grinder, unless you can get in the ring and roll 400 times, do 200 push-ups, hit the ropes, and then take another 200 bumps on top of that. In between probably 50 to 90 chops, it is what it is.
Again, I give anybody who's in this ring, I'm going to give the devil their due. They're working hard. They're going for it. They've been putting in the time, putting in the miles. I respect that because I do the same thing. But I just know that if I was ever in the ring with any of these competitors, they would deal with somebody who's been hungry for a long time and been insulted for a long time. So you think I'm going to miss when I get those opportunities? That's not going to happen.
Well, you hope they don't happen, but you never know. Life has a way of being funny sometimes. Sometimes you have to learn a lesson. Sometimes you have to learn a few lessons before you get to that point where you're so well renowned and educated and versed in your profession that you're operating on a totally different level. And sometimes a loss will teach you more than anything a win will.
Yeah, and again, like I've never lost, so I wouldn't know about lessons. But I'll take
You're
your.
saying you've never lost at anything in your life. Ping pong,
No,
baseball.
Since I am talking to a loser who's clearly lost a lot of times, I will take your word for it.
Oh, wow. I mean, I play against a high-level people in different things. I mean, you can't win everything. You can't win the scratch ticket every time you scratch it. Unfortunately, I wish I could. You've never lost a scratch game? You're telling me if we go to the store right now and you buy 5 scratch tickets, you're going to win every one of them.
I'm not playing lottery. I'm not dumb like that. If you want to pay for that and give them to me, I will gladly accept them.
Okay,
If so then I didn't lose $1 on them or whatever they cost nowadays. I didn't lose 1 cent on them. So
guys, this
go
guy
ahead.
might be serious. He's saying he's never lost at anything in his entire life, which is pretty incredible. You might want to talk to the Guinness World Records for that. You might be the only one on earth.
Yeah, I agree. Cage matches got a lot of things wrong, so you don't have to go to them. I mean, their rating system's all over the board anyway. So, yeah, undefeated, excellent. Never lost a thing in my life, and feeling good about it.
Wow. We're watching NXT tonight. We have a lot of different matches to look forward to, but right now we're taking a look at Ethan Page as he's walking to the ring right now. And I got to ask, what do you think? Are you familiar with Ethan Page's return to NXT? Or not even return, debut, I should say.
Yeah, when it happened, it certainly got the internet a buzz. I watched the NXT premium live event where he was in the main event against Trick Williams. He lost, of course, unlike Evil Kip would, because Evil Kip would win. Nice little in memoriam of Sika and Hawaii. That was a very sad moment. But to go back to Ethan Page.
Yeah, speaking of him, if we can have a moment just to acknowledge that he passed away at the age of 79. So prayers out to the entire Anoa'i family, everybody, Alpha Jr., Lance, Sean, Jacob, Roman, the Usos. These guys are all brothers, even The Rock, family, it's big loss. Are you familiar with Wild Samoans? I'm assuming. Did you see any of their matches?
On tape, not live. But
yeah, me too.
They were certainly trailblazers. And again, you could just tell the respect that Alpha and Sika have to this day by the fact of so many of their offspring are in WWE. And if your last name is Anoa'i, that will certainly open lots of doors for you and give you lots of opportunities. And that is straight from the legacy of Alpha and Sika to begin with, which is incredible. I mean, that right there speaks about their legacy and their impact in the wrestling business.
It's crazy to think the father of possibly the most successful modern day wrestler of all time. Crazy. Roman Reigns.
Yeah, and there's that famous photo of Hulk Hogan and Roman Reigns as a little child and Sika right there. And that just shows you, like, the peek behind the curtain, how much respect that Hulk Hogan had for Sika, and taking time out of, his day to, have a cool picture with, obviously Hulk didn't know it at the time, but a future legend of wrestling.
Yeah, 100%, man. It was kind of wild to hear about it. I didn't expect it. And that's the other thing. It was kind of unexpected. We had never heard anything about him having bad health in my, so very sad news. My condolences out to the whole family. That's sad.
I'm sure Roman appreciates that, hearing it from you.
He should. Why not? Roman should. And right now, I'm sure he's trying to think about what he's going to do while on SmackDown. His family's still there. What did you think about this moment? Did you see Paul Heyman warning
I did.
CM Punk not to mess with the bloodline?
Yeah, well, again, that's Paul Heyman looking out for his boy CM Punk. Again, we saw the confrontation. It looked like Punk wasn't going to back down, though. So, again, it does create a lot of intrigue going forward, especially because CM Punk is a Raw superstar, but he is still interwoven on SmackDown storylines and SmackDown business. So, it was, as a fan of wrestling, it was nice to see the first time that Paul Heyman and CM Punk have shared a screen on a TV in this segment ago.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I can't even believe we'd ever. I never thought we would see this again, but yet here it is. It's happening. I like how he said, "Take me with you." Kind of crazy to just see that. Anyway, Cody Rhodes comes out to play hero with the baseball bats. Doesn't allow any of that to go down. And then we move on to Chelsea Green, who I want to talk about for a moment because she defeated Bianca Belair and Michin in a triple threat match to qualify for the Money in the Bank ladder match. And holy shit, man. Holy shit. I can't wait to see her. I can't believe I'm going to say this, Kip. But I think Chelsea Green is going to be Mrs. Money in the Bank this year. And Matt Cardona better be ready for that shit.
Well, Uncle Matt and Aunt Chelsea had a very good weekend and is probably celebrating Aunt Chelsea's victory. Again, I think it caught a lot of people by surprise, but it's certainly well earned. And I think the crowd reaction spoke volumes. It seemed like people were pleasantly surprised, and I think it would be awesome if Aunt Chelsea won. With that being said, we still have to see the rest of the bracket, so I personally am not going to put the Evil Kip endorsements on Aunt Chelsea at this moment. Let's see who else is in this match.
I think Chelsea Green right now is on that level where she's ready to do whatever it takes to come out on top. I just see that in her eye when she was looking at that title. She's not going to let this opportunity slip from her hands. So I'm going to give her the Savage stamp of approval that she's going to win that Money in the Bank briefcase. I guarantee it.
All right. Well, that's great. I can't wait for you to be proven wrong.
No way. Drew McIntyre, look what the hell he did to CM Punk. Now, if this was you, what if he jumped you from behind and dragged your ass out, laid you for dead, and then stole something that you loved? How would you respond to this? What if that was you, Kip? What if that was you in the stretcher, Kip? What would you do?
See, this is why I don't like coming on this show. I continually have to correct the host. Oh, what would happen if that was you? Well, the first thing I would not be on a stretcher. I would not be laid out. Like, you're giving hypotheticals to situations that just don't happen. So, just for instance, let's just say Drew McIntyre decides I'm going to surprise Evil Kip and give him the whole pow to the back of the head. I would turn around and say, "Hey, you Scottish jerk, what the hell is your problem?" And he would say something, and then I would have to punch him, and then I'll put him on the stretcher. So what would happen if I put Drew McIntyre on the stretcher? Well, he'd be taken to a local medical facility and probably treated for wounds that he may never recover from.
Jesus Christ. Leave Drew McIntyre alone. He didn't do it to you. Luckily, it was CM Punk, but just be careful. Exactly. You don't want to talk about Drew like that. He might come up. He's crazy. He's the Scottish psychopath. Don't mess with him.
He's very angry. He was just angry at CM Punk. I think with Evil Kip, he would look at me and you'd say respect. And I would be like,
what'd you think about Carmelo Hayes coming on top in this triple threat match to qualify for Money in the Bank, where he defeated Randy Orton and Tama Tonga?
I think that he won the match. That's what I think. And again, that's what wrestling is all about: unpredictability. And the Money in the Bank match suits somebody like Carmelo Hayes perfectly because it's a situation where you can take an elevator right to the top floor. He's somebody who looked like he was taking him a little time to get his footing on SmackDown, and he put himself in a great position to go to the top of SmackDown, which is something that he wants to do. Literal step by step, like the rung of a ladder.
Now on NXT right now, we have Ethan Page, Ava Rain in the middle of the ring right now. Ethan Page, in my opinion, looking very good, playing his part perfectly. It's rare that you see someone come to NXT and immediately have a world title shot. Doesn't really happen unless it's an established WWE superstar. This guy's coming straight from AEW. So, will you agree with this? Do you think WWE has done more in 1 month with Ethan Page than AEW did in 3.5 years?
That's an interesting question. I do think that that Ethan Page probably is disappointed more in himself about how his AEW tenure went. I don't want to discredit what he did in AEW because he certainly had moments. He was in matches where he could have got title shots. I believe he did have title shots. Didn't he have a match with Kenny Omega at 1.2, if I'm not mistaken?
Yes.
So there was times where I'm sure he was highlighted and he felt, okay, this is going to be the start of something big for me at AEW. And it just wasn't capitalized on for whatever reason. And he just, okay, well, he decides to take matters into his own hands and jump to NXT. But again, he was in AEW. He had some opportunities, and he didn't follow through. He just had his first one in NXT, and he fell short. So the question that Ethan Page needs to ask himself is he going to fall short here in NXT like he did in AEW as well?
Sean Spears coming out here right now confronting Ethan Page, and he's talking a lot of shit, saying that he's going to take advantage of these opportunities. He's going to whoop Ethan Page's ass. He's going to whoop Trick Williams' ass. I think he's obviously upset that he's been here longer than Ethan Page, yet Ethan Page is getting a world championship shot. And yeah, I can see why he's upset. But now Trick Williams comes out here. He says, shit your goofy ass down, Sean Spears. He's calling him goofy. Another question for you, Kip. What do you think about Ava Rain so far, her job as a manager on-screen talent? Do you see her, has she improved over the last year or two?
It's for Ava Rain, we all know who her father is, and those are tremendous footsteps to be falling in that shadow of, so to speak. You know, I've mixed two metaphors right there. You know, I think that people automatically assume that people are great right away when they get on TV. And wrestling is a work in progress. There is a lot of failure in wrestling. And you might have $1 million idea, but you might not be suited for it at that moment. Other times, you might be thrown into something, and then 5 years down the line, you make a switch, and that's what your ticket to superstardom is.
Yeah. For
Ava Rain, just the fact that she is on TV and she is progressing, putting in the work, putting in the effort, still finding her voice, I think there is a lot to be said about that, being in that position.
I think if she stays there long enough, she will exactly find out who she is in NXT.
And I do not disagree with that. I think that
it's in the blood, right? It has to be in the blood. Like, it's there. The little rock genetics are there.
Exactly. And again, it just like we spoke about it earlier, things take time.
Yeah. You can't rush greatness.
There we go. And I think that if she is passionate enough about it, it will be there for her.
Now we see this tag team here. And to me, it's a joke because Hank and Tank, this guy's a security guard, and he wasn't even a good security guard, and now he's a wrestler. I don't know how I feel about it, man. He should stick to being a security guard, maybe. Maybe, I don't know. But apparently, the NXT Performance Center, they cheer for these guys, if you can believe that. A janitor and a security guard is who they're cheering for.
Hank and Tank?
Hank and Tank, yes.
They look a little bit like, one of them looks like the brother on Parker Lewis Can't Lose. One of them looks like Pitbull Gary Wolf,
Wow.
or if not even Pitbull Gary Wolf, maybe a member of WCW High Voltage.
Wow.
Hey, listen, Hank and Tank, I am unfamiliar with them. I know that just by looking at them that they would lose to Evil Kip in a match. That's for certain. But God bless them. You know, getting in the ring with Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate in the future, possibly, that'll be a test. And they can show what they got.
Okay. We come back from commercial break. We're going to see Wesley versus Joe Coffey. Wesley is in the ring right now. In the meantime, I'd love to know what you think about LA Knight, Logan Paul, and in general, what do you think about Logan Paul? In my opinion, working with Logan Paul is an absolute blessing because the guy's got an immense following. You're going to get massive recognition that you've never gotten in your entire life just because you're stepping in the ring with this man and his social media following, which is not a normal thing. Kip, it's above normal. It's on another level. What does he have? 60, 70, 80, 100 million followers worldwide? Maybe 700 million if you count all the social media. Damn near 1 billion people follow this man. And you get to work with him. I'm sure you would be losing your shit, wouldn't you?
No, not at all.
Not at all. Gotta love the honesty from this guy. Well, nonetheless, what do you think about LA Knight working with Logan Paul? Do you think this is the time he just overcomes it, wins the big match, takes that U.S. championship off of him?
That is a great question. One thing that you can't do is doubt Logan Paul in anything. He said that he was going to be a wrestler, and we all rolled our eyes. Oh no, you know, Logan Paul, what's he going to do? And he's clowned everybody. How about this? Just when we all start with social media, we all start with the same number, 0. And you set all those numbers. I'm sure if when he opened up his first Twitter account, if he was said, I'm going to have 70 million followers, everyone would have doubted him on that too. That being said, another person who heard no his entire life is LA Knight. He was told, we don't want you in WWE anymore. And you'll never be a world champion. You'll never be a top guy. With the TNA, he did it, but he said he wanted more. And then clearly people were doubting him. Like, yeah, but no, just be happy with where you're at. NWA, just be happy with where you're at. You'll never get back to WWE. And he's heard a lot of no's, and he's turned a lot of no's into yes. Oh, excuse me, a lot of no's into yes. That was easy. That was an easy joke, I admit. So I think this match has a lot more intrigue to it than just followers versus followers. I think that there's a very rich story that could present itself, and I am looking forward to it.
Well, answer Elliot's question real quick. I don't know what happened to Tiffany Stratton. Hopefully we see her soon. I'm sure Evil Kip's a fan of Tiff. You've had an Tiffany Epiphany before? I'm sure you have.
I have not, to be frank. I've never met the young lady. I'm sure if you propositioned me with a Tiffany Epiphany, I would say I'm a little out of your league.
Okay. Maybe it's not your taste. I understand. No problem. Andrade defeated Kevin Owens and Grayson Waller in a triple threat match. It's nice to see Andrade getting some winning recognition against actual superstars like Kevin Owens. Grayson Waller, I'm not really sure if he's a superstar just yet, but he's getting there. He's pretty good. But he's still young. He's younger in the game. He's definitely not Kevin Owens, who now is getting his ass kicked by the Bloodline because they know he's a threat. That's why they're whooping on his ass. Because that's what you do with threats. You try to eliminate them before they even become a problem. That's the way a smart man handles business. That's why the Bloodline are on top of this business, because that's what they do. They pick out their targets, they take them out, and they dominate. The Bloodline, a prime example, all you got to do is to know how to be dominant in professional wrestling as a faction. Watch the Bloodline. But this is what happens. People want to help people. Randy Orton, he's out here. He's helping people. It's all gravy, right? It's all gravy. It didn't matter because Andrade won the match, so the Bloodline succeeded in their mission. They didn't want Kevin Owens to win. Undisputed WWE Champion Cody Rhodes defeated Solo Sikoa by disqualification. And you know what the Bloodline did? when we thought Solo Sikoa was about to get his ass kicked by the three of the most dominant wrestlers in the game today? Not gonna motherfucking happen. Because the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu, maybe the baddest man on the indies, maybe the baddest man to ever walk through the ring since Haku. This man is a beast. I have worked with him ringside. I have filmed his interviews. I have brought him to my house and made him pancakes, sausage, and bacon, and had conversations with him about who trained him and why he is a wrestler and why he loves this business. And I can tell you, without a shadow of a doubt in my mind, man, Jacob Fatu is about to tear apart the entire WWE roster. He is going to be the new champion. He will destroy Cody or Damian Priest or Gunther. You're all fucking in big trouble. And I'm saying that shit right now. Evil Kip, did you see this shit on Friday night?
I did see it. I think you're coming off as incredibly biased. Oh, I gave the guy my sausage, so now I love him. You know, it sounded like a few of my ex-girlfriends. Listen, flat out, I will say that this is how you make a debut in wrestling, and this is how you get everybody on notice. He laid out the champ. If you didn't know who Jacob Fatu was, he certainly earned your attention. Now it's all about the follow through. Let's see what he does from this point forward. You're claiming he is undeniable. God bless him. You know, if that's the case, he certainly will have to prove it. Just because you sneak attack somebody doesn't mean that you're going to go to the top right away either. Everything has to be earned in wrestling. You can't fake it. But I will say this, from everything I've seen prior up to this point, he comes across as legit.
Okay. This guy Flan really wants to call in. Flan, if you're still there, let me know. Let me know if you're still there. Maybe we can make that possible. Do you have something to say to Evil Kip, or you just have wrestling? What do you want to talk about? Let me know. Let me know. I can make that happen for you.
And like the desserts that taste like garbage.
Hey, you don't like yourself some good flan roasted with fire? What?
No.
Crispy
No.
crust? You're not a fan of the crispy crust on the flan? Fresh bit? Brazilian bakery?
There's two types of people in this world: dessert eaters like yourself, and people who have abs like myself. So, you know, flan with the Krispies, I don't know anything about that.
First of all, I have one ab that is just incredible. All right? It's a monster of an ab, and it gets the job done. I don't need to have 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 or 12. No. One solid ab gets the job done.
One solid ab from Tres Leches. That's what
it be, bitch, but it's a good fucking ab, baby. I have an ab. Monstrous ab. Proud of it, too.
You know, finally, I can agree with something. That whatever you're calling that thing certainly is monstrous, and
of course it's monstrous.
It should be covered by whatever tarp you're using as a shirt at all times.
No, man. Listen, man. I don't even gain weight, lose weight. I just stay one solid. Like whatever I eat, just I shit out. You know what I mean? Like the competition. You know, when me and my wrestlers show up to a show, we devour them and they just shit them out. I'm nuts. You didn't know? They call me a savage. People think that it's not going to happen, Evil Kip. I think it's going to happen for all of us. I have a feeling.
It's clever. They call me a savage. That's because you call your show Wrestling with Savage. So you literally...
I'm a savage. My mother literally nicknamed me Savage. What do you want me to do about it, brother? I grew up with my own mother calling me, come here, my little brown-eyed savage. The real story.
I think she was saying that because she wanted the son from the Wonder Years instead of you.
Oh, that's real cute. Well, who, Fred Savage? Fred Savage is a great actor from the 80s, and it ends there, okay? Okay? Oh, okay. Maybe his little appearance in Austin Powers.
Maybe she wanted the son from Boy Meets World then.
Dad, you should go audition to be the new Austin Powers. Now that I look at you, you could be the perfect character for Austin Powers, man. Now, screw Mike Myers. It should be you.
No, that's okay. You know, the only thing I will audition for is lots of fembots.
Have you ever thought about auditioning for maybe TV show, commercials?
Again, it's one of those things that if I wanted to pursue it, I would pursue it, and then I would be successful at it.
Well, I was asking if you have pursued anything.
Not in the recent. I'm trying to think if I
Okay.
have done anything ridiculous of that nature. Because I no
Wesley
Oh,
just won his match, and Obafemi's coming out right now to talk shit to him. What are you familiar with Obafemi, the North American champion?
I have seen him in action. For a man that's had, I would say probably under than 50 matches. He is coming across as a beast.
Yeah, like a natural at this, right? Just naturally gifted to be in this business.
Well, naturally athletic, to say the least. Naturally, natural to be in wrestling. That will tell. That time will tell on that. He's a North American champion. I'm not holding anything against him for that, but it takes a lot more than athleticism to be the best in wrestling.
Absolutely.
And again, taking nothing away from him, he is a natural athlete, and so far it is taking him up to North American Championship. Great. It takes more than that to be the big dog and the big guy in WWE.
Well, listen, he is a absolute monster. I think he's going to hold that title for a while. I think we're going to see him make the jump to the WWE main roster. He kind of reminds me of he could maybe even be the new Brock Lesnar type of character if they handle him correctly. He's got the look. If he can stay healthy, doesn't, ever have any issues, guy's going to make a lot of money, I think. He's definitely going to have a good career.
And if ifs and buts were candy and nuts, it all takes time.
That's true. It does take time. Wesley just won his matchup. We still have some more matches to come. Tavion Heights battles Damon Kemp. We'll see what happens with that matchup here. I guess we can continue to talk about this over here. Jacob Fatu, absolutely incredible. The Bloodline's going to have a ceremony on SmackDown Live from Madison Square Garden. And you never know what's going to happen when you're at MSG. I expect that to be a tremendous show.
Oh, of course. I know that we're under a new regime, but I have a strong feeling that WWE and MSG will always be synonymous with each other. So anytime you hear that a WWE event is at MSG, if you are not in the tri-state area, you should watch because you will be thoroughly entertained. And if you are in the tri-state area, it is certainly a worthwhile ticket and a worthwhile venture to go to.
Okay. A long member of the Savage Kingdom wants me to play his video for you, Evil Kip. So here he is. This is Mick Thomason.
Wrestling with Savage. The Savage, wrestling with Savage.
Shout out to you, Hunter. How you doing, buddy? So yeah, that's Mick Thomason there. So be nice to Mr. Mick Thomason because he's a loyal member of the Savage Kingdom, watches every show. Probably end up being maybe one of your biggest fans if you make that transition to the other side. Quick question: where do you see yourself in 5 years, man?
Well, I want to address that video. I make those same noises when I have a bowel movement, but I appreciate any viewer because now you can educate yourself and learn to be on the right side of Kipstery. Now, where do I see myself in 5 years? I don't like to throw out things. I like to work in silence. I like to keep my goals to myself. But again, world domination. I know it's vague, but that's where I.
You got to think about it like that if you really want it to happen. I'm sure everyone in this building that night at Be Good and Old Bridge, New Jersey is going to have that same mindset going to the ring. They want to shine, right?
Before we go on to the other matches, you keep on saying Be Good. I've demanded that these graphics be changed to Be Evil in honor of myself. Okay. So the show is tentatively called Be Good, but in my presence, we're going to be calling it Be Evil.
I know Gabby Ortiz well.
Yeah, so do I. Gabby Ortiz.
I'm picking Gabby Ortiz to win this match.
Why do you say that?
Because I know she can kick ass, and she looks like she can kick all these guys' asses.
Ironically, I defeated her in a match, so she ain't that good. Defeated.
Unbelievable.
I have defeated King Crab in matches. I have teamed with Chris Benet. I'm sure I've beat him in the matches. Max Zero.
Oh, God.
That's how many wins he's had against Evil Kip. 0. So as far as I'm concerned, they're all on the same level of suck.
Well, I'll tell you what, Max Zero looks like he might have a king crab. He might want to take a shower before that match. Also, 6-pack challenge match right here. You gonna know anybody here? I'm sure you know all these people. Who's in this match?
A 6-pack challenge from a bunch of wrestlers that do not have a 6-pack. Duncan Alim, Tyler Murphy, making his return to wrestling again. Chaz D'Amato, Dolly Darko, Quesse Asante, Daniel Torch. Again, too close to call. I will say that Quesse has been making appearances on Cap TV, and he has been showing out. Does that mean I am pulling for him in any way? Absolutely not. But I will say, from what I have seen from him, he has certainly impressed.
Okay.
Not saying me, by the way. I'm just saying what the people have been telling me. I, quite frankly, could give a crap less.
We got NXT on right now. We're about to see Nathan Frazier try to take the Heritage Cup from Tony D'Angelo. And Tony D'Angelo is someone that I feel like I can't believe he's not even on the main roster right now. But here we are. He's the NXT Heritage Cup Championship. I actually love that championship. I think it has a lot of history, real history in this business. And a lot of people don't respect it as much as they should, my opinion. What do you think about Tony D'Angelo?
Robert De Niro, I loved his movies. D'Angelo, oh, okay. Again, I can't take anything away from him. He is, like you said, the Heritage Cup champion, so clearly he did something right. Again, a lot of people in NXT still have to get their legs out from under him. Again, when Tony D'Angelo first debuted, I thought he was a bit of a joke, but he has been progressing. It takes time. Again, this is the theme of today's episode. It takes time. This is a good showcase for him. If he wants to get to the main roster, if he's as good as you think he is, well, here's his chance to prove it in a different match situation, in different circumstances. Let's see what he can do in these rounds. Let's see what
do you think about the Heritage Cup Championship, the way the match is set up where you get little breaks in the corner, very untraditional wrestling match. Do you like those kind of rules, or do you think they're silly?
No, I honestly, like, wrestling is a variety show. It is the different life. I think that the Heritage Cup is great for NXT. It is the perfect showcase to do like these little different.
I agree with you.
And again, like, it can help somebody get their legs out from underneath them. When the Heritage Cup was first announced, I don't think anybody thought that Tony D'Angelo would be a good fit for it. But he's the champion right now for a reason.
I like it, man.
Yeah, it's putting him in a different circumstance, and one that people probably didn't think that he would be a good fit for.
Ooh.
And lo and behold, he got to the top.
Did you see that rolling, the way he rolled through and picked him right up? Beautiful. He's got the flow. He's got the look. And also Nathan Frazier, a lot of credit to him. I see a young Shawn Michaels in Nathan Frazier. He reminds me of a young Shawn Michaels, just growing and getting more confidence as he goes. And I think him and Axiom are going to be best friends, and we're going to see that, rocker kind of heel turn. And I can see Nathan Frazier going off to have a very good career. You're
just saying he's the young Michaels because he has long hair.
No, he moves like him, bro. What do you mean? He's very athletic. Shawn Michaels' early days, all over the place athletic. He would always high-risk maneuver. That's all you would hear from commentary. Shawn Michaels with another high-risk maneuver.
Yes. But that being said, I I think Nate Frazier needs to put on some pounds before he can get to.
Holy shit!
Hey,
What'd you
listen.
think about that choke slam right there? Phenomenal. He just eliminated him. Got a pin with that.
Well,
Really
again,
good.
that's why. Well, first off, that was not a choke slam. That was
Oh,
a
there was a
Farouk.
pop-up choke slam, no? Pop them up, choke slam.
That was a Farouk style spine buster. I mean, I clearly haven't been watching your Farouk tapes or your Ron Simmons tapes.
Yeah, but he kind of had a little bit of the throat with it on that one.
It's where the hand placement was. A choke slam, you grab him by the throat. He had him on the upper sternum and chest area. I mean,
It looked like, if you watch it again, I think he like went to pick him up like a spine buster, popped him up, and then choke slammed his ass. And I think maybe you need a new pair of glasses. God damn it!
I think you need to learn wrestling. I mean, I know that you like choke slams because you've been choking your chicken every night, but that was a
Jesus Christ.
spine buster.
We have
And
children watching this once in a while. Damn it! Choking chickens. Now I'm gonna get emails from mothers about choking chickens. Thanks, man.
Moms, they have to learn from somebody. And why didn't it be from Daddy Kip?
We're probably going to get letters from PETA now. They're saying, what are you doing choking chickens?
Tina?
PETA. You know, the people that protect animals and shit.
I was going to accuse you of having a female listener. I apologize. Clearly, no female wants to be around you for an extended.
That's not true. 9% of the 100% of people that watch this are female, bro. That's right. 9%. Almost a 10. Almost a 10. Almost a 10.
I would love to hear from these females and just question.
First of all, let's just be honest. All right, let's go behind the curtains for a moment. Have you ever been to a wrestling convention where the lines of people waiting to meet Hulk Hogan or Sting were just like hot girls or something? Or did you not see the line of 900 sweaty men?
It's majority sweaty men that clearly are in need of deodorant. And speaking of deodorant, don't forget to bring deodorant to the Dropkick Depression show this Saturday, whether you're donating it to Anchor House or, for Christ's sake, please just wear it yourselves. Because, oh, God, speaking of deodorants.
Who's coming on top on this match?
Well, Crime After Crime.
I like that colony. That's great. The colony.
Oh my gosh. Rob Slambergler could definitely use the deodorant himself. Telling me to shush, you can't shut me up, against the Colony. Funny story about the Colony. How I got this Dropkick Depression title. You see, Dropkick Depression thought it'd be funny that Evil Kip was not allowed at a show. So what I did was dress up as a member of the Colony, snuck into a match, and won the #1 contendership, which allowed me to become Dropkick Depression champion. So clearly the Colony was foolish when they can't even tell there was an imposter among their ranks. Crime After Crime looks like they've been stealing donuts more than stealing wins. I say it's too close to call. I think all four of them are insignificant and, like ants, can easily be stepped on.
Wow. Okay. That's a lot. How about this matchup right here? What can you tell us about this one?
We got the Feisty Boys. We have Dan Barry, Jeff Cannonball, and Juba against Austin Luke, Bam Sullivan, and Connor Claxton. Again, the Feisty Boys. I think that clever title makes me think of the Beastie Boys. I think, again, too close to call. I think it's going to another draw in the eyes of Evil Kip. I think that all these matches, the problem is you're asking me to evaluate people that are beneath me. It's like, compare this pile of garbage to this pile of garbage, is all washes out in the end to me. I think that the fans need to buy tickets, show up, and they can see who will win. Again, my predictions are, quite frankly, they don't matter. I think that they were all beneath me in the long run.
I think you have a black soul and no heart, and I can't believe how you can live like this, live your life with this evil. Unbelievable. I know Eric Corvus well, and good luck. He's a badass, right? Would you agree with that he's a badass?
No. Not. I've defeated Eric Corvus in matches. That's an easy thing. I've defeated Kennedy, Hardcastle, matches. False Count Anywhere match. Once again, I think that it should go outside and never to be seen again. That's what I think of those two competitors.
Okay, real quick, just to update everybody, the match right now is tied 1-1 in round 4 with about 2 minutes left. Nathan Frazier with a beautiful suicide dive to take out Tony D'Angelo. Will keep you posted with all the results of this right here, but we still got a few more matches to talk about the it should be called the Be Evil event, but unfortunately they didn't listen to Evil Kip, and it's Be Good, June 29th, 61 Pine Street, Old Bridge, New Jersey. Travis Huckabee versus Lucas DeSanagro versus mystery opponent. Who's the mystery opponent? Come on, give me some breaking.
Well, I do have an exclusive for the Wrestling with Savage audio program, whatever you want to call this nonsense.
First of all, this is Wrestling with Savage, the greatest wrestling podcast of all time.
Yeah, sure. But Travis Huckabee will not be in this match. So we have
no.
The match has been updated. It'll now be Lucas DeSarango against Danny D'Amato.
How about this match? Is this match still popping?
This match is still popping from everything. Tag Team Turmoil, we have Razorhawk, who I defeated for the Dropkick Depression Heavyweight Championship. Shay McCoy and Abby Jane. And they will be going against, now this is the clever twist in this match. It's going to be partners against partners because Razorhawk's normal partner is Danger Hawk. Shay McCoy's partner is usually Weber Hatfield, and Abby Jane's partner is usually Pancakes. So we have partner against partner. Now this is very intriguing. Will it be, hey, we're going to shake hands, have a good match, and then after the match, shake hands and be friends? Or will this cause long-term turmoil? Personally, I think that all these tag teams would lose to myself and Bryce Donovan. Bryce Donovan will not be at Dropkick Depression, so it doesn't even matter. And ultimately, all these people would have lost to me in the long run as well. Will these tag teams break up? For Evil Kip's sake, I think yes, because I'd be entertained by their disarray.
Okay, I get it. Oh, good. It's a lot to take in for this match right here. I kind of want to see it now. I might have to come out to Be Good. Talk to these people about why they didn't name it Be Evil. There's also going to be a special guest ring announcer, Catred. Maybe you guys need a special guest interview guy, or maybe I should come down with one of my talents and just show everyone there what wrestling's really about.
Oh, that'd be great. We'd love to have you. You said you'd bring your talents. If you ever find your talents, I would love to see them.
His name is Spencer Slade. You got something to say to Spencer Slade? I'd be glad to show him this message.
Yeah, sure. Spencer Slade. I would love to easily defeat you in a match. And then, maybe I'll smack around your manager as well.
Listen, Spencer Slade is a genetic freak, number one. Number two, he's a gift from the Greek gods. They handed him to me to take over the world of professional wrestling. After we're done ravaging the NWA, we're going to go to NXT, and if we have to slap Sean around, we will. And with compliments from Marty Jannetty, by the way. The story writes itself. Shawn Michaels is going to meet Spencer Slade. We have some serious discussions. We need reparations over here from Mr. Shawn Michaels. He owes my client, Marty Jannetty, a lot. A lot.
Okay, I would love to see you collect these reparations from Shawn Michaels.
Oh,
Just like I would love to see, Spencer Slade. Was that his name?
Spencer Slade, yes. Suplex and submissions, the psychotic suplex submission machine. So not only is he going to beat you, I guarantee he's going to beat you. We're going to make you tap out, baby.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that sounds great. Slade sounds authentically Greek, about as Greek as a gyro from Arby's.
I didn't say he was Greek. He was a gift from the Greek gods. A gift from the Greek gods. I don't know where they plucked him from, but they gave him to me, and they said, this is the one. This is the one that's going to make Cody Rhodes bleed.
Oh, that's great. The bowel movement I get from eating Arby's resembles what's coming out of your mouth right now. A whole... Yes.
We're going to make that match happen. I'm going to talk to some people, and if you're willing to accept the challenge, Spencer Slade versus Evil Kip, I think it would be a tremendous matchup that would end in your demise. But I'll tell him to not kill you, okay?
Yeah. Again, I'm all for beating your boy. And again, because I am the guest right now, I will call a fair truce because
Okay.
we have another hour of this program.
That's
I
true.
could go on all night about how I could defeat you.
No,
how I
we need
but
to
again,
have the matchup. That's it. That's the end of it. There's no other discussion because we just have to see the match.
it's
You know,
exactly, and
I'm not
this
gonna.
is where I will agree with you. We need to have it in the ring.
We need to be professional, and the fighting should always be in the ring. I believe in that as well. That's where honor is had, and I would never do anything to jeopardize your opportunity in a fair match with my client, Spencer Slade. I would never do anything, ever, to cause you any kind of harm, sir, ever. Not me, not I.
That's right. That's right. And again, because you know that if you ever did something, I would just smack the taste right out of your mouth. So again,
You probably would, which is why I would never even think about it. I wouldn't even consider it.
that's why we're calling a truce.
I don't have to, it's true. It's a truce. NXT, though, it's heating up. This matchup between Tony and Nathan is turning out to be a hell of a banger and proving why.
It turned into a draw. It looks like your boy HB Fake could not get the pin in time. What can I tell you? And ironically, all my matches today I have said would end in a draw. And here, look,
it's not over yet. There's still round 6, sir. It's 1-1. It's not over yet. Hold your horses, Evil Kip.
I apologize. I did not realize it was going to go an extra round.
You heard it here first. That might be the first time this human being here has ever apologized to anyone or anything.
Yeah, listen, that just shows you. Everyone says Evil Kip. It's also honest Kip. I didn't realize it was going to 6 rounds. I could be mistaken. But watch what's going to happen. I'm usually not wrong. It's just I'm early. So if this match ends...
That's a good call that it could end in a draw because these guys are both tremendous talents and you want to extend the rivalry, have another match out of it, tell the story a little bit longer.
And again, I could also just have been early.
I'm going with Tony D'Angelo's going to somehow pull out the win tonight.
Okay. All right. Again, I'm sure, Savage ends in a vowel, so I assume that you're Italian as well. So I see where your bias is. Embarrassingly pathetic.
The match is over, though. Kip and Tony D'Angelo just defeated Nathan Frazier. Or so maybe, just maybe, Savage knows a thing or two when it comes to this little business called professional wrestling. See, I think you fail to realize that when I walk into a room filled with wrestlers, I can find the one that's going to print money.
Oh, okay. So that's why you picked Arby's boy. Okay, I gotcha. The Arby's gyro. You got the guy.
First of all, what do you have against Arby's?
Arby's. Let me just say this about their logo. It looks like a female body parts, and I will let you assume which one. So, and number 2, again, am I the type of person that's going to put that garbage down my throat? No.
I wanted to ask you about Javon Evans. Are you familiar with Javon Evans?
I've seen his highlights here and there. I might have met him in my travels. If it was brief. But again, somebody who does have a lot of potential. That is the reason why it looks like he will be having a match with Trick Williams in the future. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah, they're planting the seeds. It's probably going to take a little time, but he might be the one to take that title off of him. Tony D'Angelo, nobody taking that Heritage Cup off him anytime soon. We still have a few matches to look forward to, including Shawn Spears and Trick Williams. That should be a good main event. We have our winners here. I believe Tyler Bate, Pete Dunne picked up the win on that match, and we still have...
You're incorrect. It was Chase U.
Oh, it was Chase U? See, I unfortunately, we were so into conversation, I couldn't really give my full attention. So now you got me apologizing on my own show. Unbelievable.
Yep. No. Say it louder.
No, I said it once. I'm not wasting my time repeating myself. There's no point to think in the past. We got to move forward to the future because that's where the money is, Skip.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I know you're doing great with that Dogecoin stock. Just keep that up.
I don't listen. I have private bank investors all around the world, including Switzerland. My cousin in Switzerland actually handles a lot of my money. So if you need somebody to handle your money internationally, I have someone I can help you. can help
Uh,
you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure I want your financial advice.
You should. I live in the laps of luxury every day. I get to do whatever I want, whenever I want. I work privately, independently. No one tells me what to do. I am my own boss.
There
I
is
create my own income.
There is something to be said for that. Best of luck to you. I hope the train keeps on a roll.
For now, though, there's one person I would work for. His name is probably Paul Levesque. Paul Triple H Levesque, Triple H. I'd work for him. That's probably the only man I'd work for ever. I don't think I could work for anybody else except that man.
Okay. Put in the call to him.
Well, I don't need to put the call into him, but one day when we're sitting down having coffee and I tell him the story about how I asked to marry his wife when I was 14 years old, I'm sure the conversation will get very good very quickly.
I assume she said no before you could even get out the rest.
Unfortunately, she couldn't say no because my former friend at the time hit her in the head with a camera when we asked for him to take a picture.
Wow, that's a smooth move by your friend there.
Now, I had Stephanie McMahon blushing. I was 14 years old. Very good looking with big, big dimples, right? She smiled, man. She said, "Come here, let's take a picture."
I think you're blushing right now telling the story.
Of course. It's Stephanie McMahon. I was in love with Stephanie McMahon at 14 years old. There's no lying about that. That's the truth. But the better man won. Obviously, Triple H, he got the job done, and he is the game, and he's also, in my opinion, the greatest booker in the world today. I don't think there's anybody booking better professional wrestling on a grand scale than Triple H. Would you agree with that?
Only because I don't have the pencil right now. If you want to make that proclamation, go ahead. Lord knows if I started a wrestling promotion, I would easily surpass Triple H's booking prowess, and he would be calling me up and saying, "Evil Kip, sorry, let me phrase it. Evil Kip, I need your advice," and I would, maybe for a generous consulting fee, help him out.
I'm sure he's got the funds. I don't think the money's a problem with that guy, man. Unbelievable. I guess we can get back to this because we got to let everybody know what happened on Monday Night Raw. Did you watch Raw, Evil Kip?
I watched some of it, but I can pretty make good guesstimations of what happened.
What do you think about The Miz potentially being on commentary full time? Can you see that? I think obviously he's a natural at anything he does. What do you think about The Miz?
I think if The Miz wants to apply himself to something, he will succeed at it.
Now, what do you think's going to happen? What are we going to see? Drew McIntyre, by the way, he quit a few weeks ago, right? Or a week ago, whatever it was. He quit, came back to SmackDown, did what he did to CM Punk, and then here he is again. He's not obviously quitting the company. What do you think we see between Drew McIntyre and CM Punk? What would you like to see come from all this?
I think I would like to see a wrestling match between these two gentlemen because it's a wrestling program. Of course, that's what's going to happen.
Yes, but what do you want the results to be? Who are you cheering for?
Who am I cheering for?
Yeah.
The person who is worse than Evil Kip. So
you're not a CM Punk guy?
Yes, we have another tie.
You're not a CM Punk guy?
I didn't say that. I like CM Punk.
Okay, all right.
I like CM Punk, as an objective wrestling fan. I mean, let's call a spade here. Here's a man who, again, was grinding on the independents, who was told, "Oh, you'll never be a WWE guy." Made it to WWE, and then "Oh, well, you'll never be our world champion." Became the world champion. Was given time on the microphone and literally through a wrestling promo changed the course of wrestling. How could you not respect that? How could you not look at that and think that could be me if I had a microphone in my hand, if I had an opportunity like that?
Yeah. I think it's going to be a big match. It's going to happen. It's probably going to happen at SummerSlam. We'll keep our eyes peeled for that. Ludwig Kaiser defeated Braun Breaker by disqualification. I think Ludwig actually got injured during this match, and I'm pissed off by the DQ because we got robbed of the opportunity of having an incredible match on Raw. Braun Breaker and Ludwig were putting on a banger. Braun Breaker always running at 23 miles an hour. But it's nice to see Sheamus basically planting his foot down, saying, "You know what? Fuck that. I want my shot too. I never had the IC championship. I want that shit." Braun Breaker ended up getting the spear, taking both guys down. I wonder if this is where he got hurt. What do you think about Braun Breaker's current run right now, Evil Kip?
Well, he's certainly, again, made a very strong impression very early on the main roster. What do I think? I think that there's going to be a day where he is going to be the main event of WrestleMania if he continues this trajectory. I don't know when it's going to happen. It could happen, but it's clear that he has all the tools to go very far in the wrestling business. But as we were saying, it takes time. It takes time. And here we have the NXT logo. Greek Savage. I can't hear a word you're saying. You know, I think
I'm sorry. I made a mistake, but NXT is on right now, and we have Lola Vice.
Another mistake from the host. Great job.
Yeah, it's okay. Shit happens. Listen, you got to keep moving with it. Lola Vice, though, is in the hot seat right now. She's joined commentary, and I don't want to sound sexist or anything, but she might be just the most beautiful woman that the WWE's ever had. Good God. And she's a certified MMA fighter. Badass. What a combination. What do you see in her future?
Well, I think we know why the microphone was muted, because, again, women come out and then you want your private time. So I hope you got it. Again, Lola Vice has been impressive. I'm sure she is doing great on commentary. Bear in mind it's on mute, so I'm just going to be, complimentary to a lady. Why the heck not? I think all three of these ladies, I'm going to be sexist by telling somebody they look beautiful. That's not being sexist. Again, it's being objective. You have to understand the words and their meanings. Again, all three of these women, impressive in the ring. All three of them, if they asked me out on a date, I would have to say, once again, you are not in my league.
Who is in your league then? Have you ever met a woman in your league?
No, but again, that doesn't mean that the search ends. It just means that I will have to sample the menu until I find.
Does Evil Kip ever make? Do you ever settle some nights maybe for a little less under your league?
Listen,
basically, to any of the fans, because I'm sure there's some grenade fans you got out there. Does Evil Kip ever make an exception for the occasional grenade?
For an exceptional what number?
A grenade. You know what a grenade is from the Jersey Shore?
No, but please enlighten me. I'm afraid to hear this.
Just like a 2 to a 5.
2 to a 5. What you can do for, again, I'm not trying to be sexist, but again, just remember 2 5s equal to 10, and I'm sure for some of you that.
Okay, I like your thinking, and we'll keep it at that. Lola Vice looking great right now. Roxanne Perez in the ring right now. She's had a tremendous career. I can't wait till Cora Jade comes back and we see what happens there. I wonder who's going to make it to the main roster first. Cora Jade, Roxanne Perez. We'll have to wait and see. But Roxanne Perez, your current NXT Women's Champion, and I feel like Lola Vice can be the one to take the title off her. We'll see if that happens later tonight. If maybe Lola Vice is going to get involved like Sheamus did here.
Educate me, Savage, because I want to make sure that, once again, I'm proving you wrong. Didn't Roxanne Perez compete in this year's Royal Rumble?
Yeah, but she's not on the main roster like SmackDown Raw, like on a regular basis. She was in the Royal Rumble, yes.
Okay, I could have swore I saw her on a Raw, doing a backstage, and I think she might have had a match on Raw as well. Don't quote me on that. I'm just trying to go off the top of my head. If anybody listening, watching right now would like to give us the stats on Roxanne Perez on the main roster, feel free to do so. Again, what's the point of having viewers?
Contract. To me, main roster means you got the contract, you're there week to week. That's main roster.
All right, well then, again, if you want to
I don't care how many times you work catering or security, or if you don't have a contract, if you're not on the website and it says Raw, SmackDown, you're not on the main roster just yet. Yet.
I've worked catering a number of times, and I got to tell you, it's a victory every single time I do.
That I will not argue with. Of course it's a victory. You're working for the opportunity your whole life so you can work for these people, and to work for them in any capacity is not only a blessing, it's an absolute gift.
You got a paycheck to eat. That's what I call a win.
Yeah. Well, you can't go wrong with money. Money earned is money spent, because as soon as you get it, it's gone, so you can get to the next place. and the next place and the next place. And I'm sure you know about that life. That life. How many times have you wrestled this year?
God, I can't even. I don't keep track numbers wise. I really don't. That's something that I never have done.
Holy shit! Look at that punch. Lola Vice just knocked the shit out of Roxanne Perez. Clear knockout. UFC status on full effect. Holding up the title, making the bold claim. That's your next NXT Women's Champion. 100%. Gonna happen.
Again, we might be looking into the future with that. She certainly has tools. That back fist looked impressive as heck, and so did that hip swivel. It's almost like she was saying through the TV, "Evil Kip, look at me with lust in your eyes." To
Yes.
which I said, "Once again, you are not in my league. But best
So
of luck
that,
to you."
that title on her shoulders doesn't put her a little closer to your league?
As far as being a champion, that is
Yeah,
the
maybe
way.
does that in your eyes elevate them a little bit?
Well, here's the thing. I have 2 championships. She currently has 0. To refresh, once again, not in my league.
Okay. Not in your league. What do you think about Noam Dar? The guy that used to work with Alicia Fox, Victoria Crawford back in the day. He's been around a long time. Back on NXT now. New look, new style. Reinvented himself per se, or maybe bring his full personality to life with Metaphor. What are your thoughts on Metaphor and Noam Dar?
I like Noam Dar. I had a conversation with him. We spoke about the band Oasis, and we were both pontificating about how great they are. So anybody who likes Oasis is aces in my book. And again, he is somebody who has reinvented himself, like you said, has a nice stable, but once again, would all fall short in a match with Evil Kip Stevens.
Okay, all right. To keep people updated on Monday Night Raw, because I do want to keep that conversation moving. Lyra Valkyria defeated Shayna Baszler and Kairi Sane in her triple threat match to qualify for Money in the Bank. Lyra, to me, very, very impressive from the start. Since NXT, now handled herself well. She lost to Nia Jax, bounced right back, won a big matchup against the badass and Shayna Baszler. Hurts me to see Shayna Baszler take the loss, but Lyra is definitely on a nice little run right now. We'll see how far that can take her in her Money in the Bank opportunity matchup coming up live. What is this, in 2 Saturdays? Holy shit, man, it's coming up fast, Kip.
It certainly is. Lyra Valkyria, if I could give one piece of advice to her, wear knee pads. Other than that, a very hard-earned victory. And again, so far, has been impressing everybody with her main roster status.
Oh, you're not lying about the knee pads. When I first started wrestling, after about 3 months, I started doing a lot of the frog splashes off the top rope. I'm a big guy. I was 255 pounds at 14 years old, big kid. After about, I'd say, 500 frog splashes after a summer, I started wearing knee pads. I was like, no. Not worth it.
That definitely. But best of luck to Lyra on her future endeavors.
Now, what do you think about this guy? Indiana Pacers superstar Tyrese Halliburton with the Miz, and apparently he has a shirt on WWE.com. How cool do you think that is, that they're starting to implement more superstars all over the place with merch and everything?
You know what? That just shows you the appeal of WWE at this point. The fact that somebody like Tyrese Halliburton, who, by the way, if he ever wants to face me one-on-one in hoops, I would take him down. But flat out, the fact that he reached out to WWE and they reached out to him and they were able to make that collaboration, I'd imagine for him it's a thrill. I'd imagine for fans of the Pacers it's a thrill. And I think it's just a good look for professional wrestling that more and more athletes are open about their fandom, as opposed to when I was growing up. Being a wrestling fan was definitely, we were looked upon like a parasite. It's good to see that that is no longer the case.
Okay. Zelina Vega made it clear that she wanted a women's world title match against Liv Morgan. Dominic Mysterio accidentally helped Morgan against Rey Mysterio when he pushed his father during an altercation involving the women's world champion, Vega, and the WWE Hall of Famer. Liv Morgan, Dom, maybe one of the hottest stories in WWE right now. Rhea Ripley, her return is imminent. Do you have any advice for Liv Morgan when Rhea Ripley gets back?
I would avoid Rhea like the plague, because I think Rhea is going to look for some revenge on this Liv Morgan. Now, Liv credit, she says this is her revenge tour. Hey, if you really want that revenge, you got to step in the ring and earn it. You have to prove it. It's one thing to say things, it's another thing to do things. Like, for instance, when Evil Kip says, "I am going to become the champion of Dropkick Depression," what do? Become the champion of Dropkick Depression. So anything that Evil Kip puts his mind to, Evil Kip does. If Liv wants to run her mouth, God bless her, you have to back it up.
She's been trying to back it up. And Gable over here, he didn't have to back up. He actually came through and defeated Braun Strowman and Bronson Reed in a triple threat match to qualify for Money in the Bank. And maybe he had a little help from Uncle Howdy. Maybe he had a little help from the Judgment Day. Maybe. He also maybe German suplexed a 300-plus pound man and made it look easy. I love Chad Gable, and his time is coming. His time is coming. You're looking at a future IC champion. You're looking at a future world champion. You're looking at a main eventer. I'm calling it now. Bo Dallas versus Gable. In maybe 1-2 years, it's going to happen. We're going to see it, and it's going to be wild.
Yeah, and one thing that I love about wrestlers like a Chad Gable, who are legit, it's you kind of look at the locker room and be like, the people I don't want to mess with. Oh, I wouldn't want to mess with the Braun Strowman. He's going to kill me. Oh, I don't want to mess with a Trick Williams. Oh, he's the guy who will kill me. The real people you have to watch out for are the Chad Gables of the world, because, again, he was an Olympic-level wrestler. That is badass on a level that you cannot comprehend.
Yeah, he's an Olympian for sure. He has it on the back of his singlet there. We see it every time he wrestles. He's an absolute beast. Stud. The Wyatt Six gave Michael Cole a tape. I need to know if you saw that tape.
Was that the Tommy Lee and Pam's tape?
No. We'll get to that tape later because they wouldn't play it right away, but they gave him a tape. If you didn't see it, I'll update you on what it was, okay? WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Alba Fire, Isla Dawn defeated Katana Chance and Kaden Carter. Good match, but we knew what was going to happen. Judgment Day weren't there to do anything about this because there's no Rhea Ripley here. But you know who was there? Damage Control. I don't even know if they're still relevant. I don't even know if anybody cares about Damage Control, but they're here. Damian Priest, Seth Rollins raised the stakes for their World Heavyweight title match at Money in the Bank so that Damian Priest, if he loses his match, okay, he has to leave Judgment Day. And I actually think that's very cool, Kip.
Certainly cooler than what Seth Rollins is wearing with that Cruella DeVille.
Oh, come on now.
Right there. Those poor Dalmatians. Let that be known. Rest in peace. Oh, God, with the red shoes. Oh, God, what an embarrassment.
That's what it's. First of all, that's the best wrestler in the world, pretty much.
I didn't say anything about his wrestling ability. I have said plenty of things about his fashion. Because I have fashion dollars, not fashion sense, like Seth Rollins does.
Unbelievable. The disrespect to the former world champion. Do you see him beating Damian Priest at Money in the Bank?
I see that we have two competitors that ultimately would lose to Evil Kip if they faced him one-on-one in a match. So, again, I think it's another draw of people less than me.
This guy's a 2016-2020 U.S. Olympia Men's Freestyle Wrestling gold medal at the 2020 Pan American Games. Went to Daymar College, Tavion Heights, taking on Damon Kemp. Do you have any experience with either of these two gentlemen?
No, I've never been in the Olympics because I didn't try out for them. I'm sure if I did, I would be in there.
Maybe you should. Maybe that should be the goal. Get to the Olympic men's team.
I don't want to waste my time.
You don't want to represent the United States?
No, I want to represent the country of Evil Kip.
Where there's only one evil dictator.
Who says I'm a dictator? If anybody wants to live in there with me, I would make sure that I was fair and just and, tax them appropriately. Again, when you're giving me all the money, I'll make all the right decisions for you.
So you want to just be like a corporation / government, independent of anybody else?
It's more like I have the knowledge and I have the insight on how to guide you properly.
So you want to start the One Kip Society.
It's kind of like, hey, take your hands off the steering wheel, brothers. Take your hands off the steering wheel.
What's the name for your city?
Let Evil Kip take control. I will guide you. You'll learn something. You'll have a better quality of life than I'm sure whatever hellhole you're currently in right now, and everything will work out fine.
I got it. You ready? All right. Welcome to Kitropolis. Kitropolis.
That is the dumbest goddamn thing I've ever heard in my life.
Kitropolis. You gotta use that in the promo. Let's go.
Whatever. See, you're like, oh, let me help you, Evil Kip, and then you say something that is pure and utter nonsense.
I can see the T-shirt now. Welcome to Kitropolis. It's beautiful.
Savage, what you could have done is gone.
You should come out with a little Superman cape too, a little itty bitty one.
What you could have done is said, Kip, here's an idea for you. It'd be the same friggin' nonsense that you just recommended. Jesus Christ.
I think it's $1 million idea, but that's just me. Damon Kemp has other ideas for Tavion Heights, taking him to school on the mat. Nice ground and pound wrestling to kick off this match.
$1 million ideas. I'm only interested in $1 billion ideas. So there you go. Now, as far as this
I like that.
Yeah, and as far as
this matchup, you got something on it?
No, I am seeing right here some aggression coming out from this gentleman. I have to say, like, that's something that I like to see, aggression. I also want to give props to the referee in the ring right now, somebody who is familiar to himself. I've had matches with him. We used to go by the name of Buster Jackson. Man, it's good to see him on TV. For the record, I have defeated him in all the matches I was against him in. But again, it's always nice to see familiar faces on television. So we spoke earlier, am I familiar with anybody in this match? Turns out, yes, I am familiar with the referee.
Very cool. Very cool. Damon Kemp reminds me, like, as far as his build goes, he reminds me of a young Taz. So I would love to see him just have more of, like what you said, that aggression, crazy suplexes, and just that attitude of just, I got to end you. I got to end you, and I got to end you now.
Yeah, there is a little bit of Taz there. They wore singlets. I think Taz was a little bit shorter than this gentleman, but
maybe a little bit. But this guy's he's not that tall. But Taz was definitely shorter, 100%.
Okay, so again, his career, but he's around some good wrestlers right there. Charlie Dempsey definitely comes from a good wrestling pedigree, so just having that association can only help.
Yeah, but I don't see Taz not kicking out of that move right there. I can't believe it. And Charlie Dempsey in there now congratulating him. I guess he's going to invite him to join the No Quarter Catch crew. I don't know how Damon Kemp is going to feel about that, but I'll tell you, that was a hell of a belly-to-belly suplex right there. Holy shit.
Shades of Magnum TA, like what I really like to see right there. Wow. Magnum TA, you threw him off the ropes, but again, like I used to love when Magnum TA would elevate his opponent, have him up in the air like such. I was very impressed by that.
Oh, Damon Kemp, I'm very upset right now. Right now, we're getting an interview with Kelly Kincaid and Kalani Jordan, the current NXT Women's North American Champion. I'm glad they bring that title. It offers more opportunity to more of the talent on the roster. I'm wondering, do you think we're ever going to see a Women's Intercontinental Championship in the WWE? Or do you think we're going to see, and I'll ask you this, because Netflix, right, next year, or are we going to see maybe the Netflix Women's Champion?
That's a great question right there. I'm surprised you actually had a coherent thought for once.
Oh, okay.
Branding is an interesting thing. It's interesting because I look at AEW, how they have the TNT Championship and the TBS Championship, which is great. I'm glad they have those titles, but let's say they go to a different network. Let's say they go to USA one day. Are they going to have to change the title's name to the USA Network? So when you tie it to a company right there, I think there's an issue. I would love it, but the branding opportunity of Netflix presents the Women's Intercontinental Championship match every show, that might be a branding opportunity to look into.
Yeah.
I think at one point there will be a Women's Intercontinental Championship. I think that there has been certainly a lot of voices wanting it. So
I think so too, man. What's going on, C. Henry? Appreciate you. Everybody in the Savage Kingdom, the chat is working just fine. But me and Kip are trying to provide you with information about the shows, the wrestlers, the talent, and what we think about what's going on. Right now,
everybody watching, the chat. Why don't you throw something intelligent in the chat and maybe we'll address it? But so far, it's been mindless dribble that we don't even want to acknowledge. So why don't you come up with some good thoughts or some good presentation, and then maybe we will acknowledge you for once.
Yeah. See, and then I did acknowledge the one guy, Flan O'Houlihan, but I didn't acknowledge him in the time he wanted. So I guess he wasn't here anymore when he heard me say, hey, come join the show. If you got something to say, you know what? I'll just make it simple. And I know this is complicated for you people, but listen, there is a link in the chat. And if you take that little mouse or your finger on your phone and you clickety-click, and then you hit enter studio, you're here, and you'll get 60 seconds to say whatever you want.
Yeah, and Flan, you're nothing but soft serve, in my opinion.
Probably right about that. But I can't believe you're knocking on Seth Rollins' fashion sense. This guy's in Forbes magazine. He's a movie star. He's a fucking movie star, and you're sitting here mocking his fashion sense. He was in a great movie, all right, called Doggone Trouble, animated movie that my son saw this morning before we went to the pool. And my God, did he love that movie, and he loves Seth Rollins' work in that movie. Another talent of Seth freaking Rollins. He can voice act his ass off as a dog.
No, that's great. I would love to take a movie advice from your son, I'm sure. How old is he now?
He's 3 years old, and he will kick your ass.
3 years old, that's great. What you think of the movie? Jello. Yeah, that's great. Thank you. I'd love to see your movie now. Great.
Unbelievable. Don't you ever talk about my son like that again, or I will make sure Spencer Slade doesn't leave you undead. You will be dead.
Listen, I don't mean any disrespect to your son. All I'm saying is that I'm not going to take movie advice from him.
Listen, I saw it, and I'm an adult, and Seth Rollins was incredible in that movie. How dare you mock his fashion sense? How dare you mock my son's judgment in movies? You certainly are evil, sir. Nonetheless, Seth Rollins, Damian Priest. It's going to happen at Money in the Bank. Who do you think is winning this match? Are we going to have a Damian Priest retain his title, or will Seth Rollins take back what I think Damian's been keeping warm for him?
And like I said, because they are both lesser than me, I think it's going to end in a draw. They're both going to realize, oh my God, one day we might have to face Evil Kip. We might as well just into real trouble.
Unbelievable. I can't believe you want to disrespect two world champions at the same damn time. You got some guts, sir. I'll give you that. What do you think about Gunther, though? You really think you are going to do something to a man of his size and strength and power? What would be your game plan against someone like Gunther?
Oh, God, that'd be super easy. I'd be like, hey, Mr. Gunther, smack him in the face before he could chop me. That'd be the first thing. And then he'd realize, oh, my God, I just was chopped by a real man for once. I can't handle this.
Ron Voyage is in the chat. And also, Ron, I put the link in the chat if you want. If you got something to say to Evil Kip, come on back, man. He says he's going to beat Evil Kip for that drop kick depression title. Dude sucks so much.
Well, since Ron Voyage wants to throw a comment at me, I'm going to be Evil Kip for that dropkick depression title. Dude sucks so much. Oh, congratulations, Ron. Great. I love what you're doing with your life. It's right here. You're not going to, that's about as close as he's going to get to it. So here, I'm going to drop another exclusive for you, Wrestling with Savage, in honor of Be Evil, the show coming up this Saturday. Tomorrow, I will be releasing an Evil Kip seminar about my feelings on Ron Voyage. I encourage you all to retweet it. It will be the most entertaining thing you see all day. And again, my Evil Kip seminars are honest, and they are meant to educate. And you will get my feelings on Ron Voyage. And we will all understand how big of a piece of garbage Ron Voyage is after I release that promo. So look for it tomorrow on my social media channels. And Ron, keep watching and keep being entertained by a higher creature than yourself.
Now listen, Ron's got a lot of words for you. He obviously thinks he's going to beat you, and my God, he's actually here. He's
What's
actually
up,
here.
Jay Brown, huh?
Oh
What's
my
up, dog?
God!
What's up,
Wow.
dog?
I'm going to
What
let
you
you
got for
guys
me?
have the floor.
What you got for me? I see you talking all this trash about how I'm not going to take your title. I'm already en route to Dropkick Depression, baby. I'm already off vacation, off the flight, coming down to kick your ass. What's up?
Oh, that's great. You know, a cell phone promo in your car. That's really indie worker. That's fantastic. I love.
Oh, brother, sorry. I'm not sitting at home in my mother's basement like you are.
Oh, okay. My mom's been dead for years, but okay. You know, I have a question, Ron. Here's a question. You know, looking at you right now. Are you going to clean the crumbs out of your beard by Saturday, or are they going to stay in there and that's going to be, you know, part of the catering backstage?
No, they're gonna stay in here. I'm gonna need a little snack while you're laying down on the floor counting 1, 2, 3, dog. Come on now. I need something to fill me up.
I'm going to be counting 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. I'll be counting 1, 2, 3. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That makes no sense. If you think you're defeating me, I won't be able to count to 1, 2, 3. So once again, you're already giving me way, way, way more credit than you think I deserve. Embarrassing. You know, quite frankly, I have a question. Are you going to be wrestling in your flip-flops once again, or are you going to try and show up looking like a professional this time?
No, always chanclas, dog. Always chanclas. You're an easy day, dude. You're an easy day. Why would I need to strap some boots on when I can just put on some flippy floppies and beat your ass?
Just embarrassing. You're just a discredit to the wrestling business. You are an embarrassment. This is pathetic.
No.
I don't know your attire, your level of cardio, your facial hair, your just appearance in general.
Oh my God.
Embarrassing.
Wow. I've never heard any of those comments before. So original, Kip. I love that from you. It's not like I walk into locker rooms every day and people go, is this guy a professional wrestler? And then I go whip some ass. And then I come back and I get the hugs and the shakes. And holy cow, how'd you do that in flip-flops, Ron? Pretty damn easy, if I do say so myself.
Every locker room you go into, you're whistling Stranger in Paradise. And I know the shake you get is when you go to the bathroom. That's the only shake I ever see you get in a wrestling building.
Brother, I'm invited everywhere. Come on now. I'm a party starter. It don't start until I get there.
You're not my brother. I don't look at you as an equal. Don't ever call me brother.
Brother.
You're nothing to me.
That's crazy. You don't see me as an equal, but we are equally in the same match together. You may have a title around your waist, but it ain't going to be there for long. It's going to come with me, go in my luggage on the way back to vacation when I'm done with you, partner.
I've seen the luggage. It was the one that was from Tommy Boy. It was like a plastic bag. And by the way, you know that you can get multiple plastic bags because the one you have right now still smells like month-old Chinese. Embarrassing.
Month-old Chinese food. I don't even like Chinese food like that. You think I would... First off. My vacation food is like poke bowls and like big old Texas steaks and all that good jazz. Come on, dude. You think I would have some garbage Chinese food?
Nothing. Yeah, poke bowls. I'm sure you've been poked plenty of times in your life as well. Poked right around that Pillsbury. If I poke you in the stomach, are you gonna hoo-hoo, just like that Pillsbury Doughboy that you are?
Oh, dude, I'm gonna hoo-hoo when I wrap the title around my hoo-hoo. Batman. What are all these noises that are happening?
You brought the show to a screeching halt. I'm trying to carry this segment with all my charisma. This is embarrassing.
All your charisma? Your charisma got locked in a vault somewhere and someone threw away the key, brother. You ain't got no damn charisma.
Okay. You know what? Again, if Mr. Charisma over here, Ron Voyage, is like police siren.
The police are coming. The police are coming after me because they got to hold me back for what I'm going to do to you at Dropkick Depression.
Oh, yeah, I bet. You know, I'm looking forward to you getting winded in your entrance. And I also want to say for the record that there will be no conga lines. Those are going to be out. I don't want to see conga lines. If you want to wrestle, you can wrestle. I have no
You want to
problem-
wrestle? We're gonna wrestle, but when we're done, the conga line is gonna circle around your lifeless body. After the ref counts 1, 2, 3, and I become the champion.
I want to see this conga line. I told him I knew it when I saw you. I said that's a guy that wants to get the crowd going. He wants to get everybody partying. But I'll say this. You got a big matchup here with Evil Kip. Don't take him lightly.
Absolutely not. I never take my opponents lightly. The problem is that they take me lightly, and then they're looking up at the stars when I'm done with them.
Ron,
They think it's all fun and games. It's all fun and games until they get dumped on their head, and Ron Voyage wins again.
I respect the confidence right now, just like Ariana Grace just got knocked on our head from Sol
Oh!
Ruka. Sol Ruka coming out on top, Mrs. NXT taking the L. Here,
Love
right.
that.
You're watching Evil Kip. You're watching Ron Voyage. Did I get that correctly? Ron Voyage?
Ron Voyage. That's
All right,
right.
Ron Voyage. Okay. I can see you making some money in this business. I like the name. I told him at first when I said, what the fuck is that? But then he was sitting there trashing on you for like 60 seconds. And while he was trashing on you, I was saying in my head, Ron Voyage. Ron Voyage.
Ron Voyage, the international delight, the party starter, the big bad booty daddy 2, electric boogaloo, baby. Come on now.
Where can everybody follow you, Ron Voyage?
Oh, brother, you can follow me on, what is it, X now, you got to call it, I guess. X,
Yeah.
Instagram. I use the shoot name because, that's just life. At Kevin Hernandez _ You come follow me. What's up?
Okay. Kip, you got any final words for your boy right here?
Yeah, final words.
Yeah,
Come on.
Ron, just know I'm not taking you lightly. I'm taking you heavy to match your weight. As far as that conga line, like you said, circling around, every time I take a shit and it circles down in my toilet, that's what makes me think of the conga line. So you know what? Oh, I'm going to use my shoot name. Oh, God, I wish to put a bullet in you and let you go away. But instead, we're going to have to settle for just even Kip beating the crap out of you.
All right. Well, here's some final words for you. Every villain is Lemon's Kip. All right? I'm going to beat you. I'm going to walk out of there a respectable champion, and everyone's finally going to go home happy because they don't got to see your dumbass face anymore at Dropkick Depression. So how about you take a step back and take a look at the future? World Heavyweight Champion at Dropkick Depression, you big dumb idiot. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Those are for you. Mwah. I love you so much. Mwah, 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 mwah.
Everybody make sure you pick up your tickets now. June 29th. Doors open 7
That's right. Get
p.m.
your tickets in Old Bridge. Come to Be Good and watch Mr. Evil get his ass beat by me.
I think some people from the Savage Kingdom will definitely be there to see this.
Fantastic. You know what? I'll leave y'all to your little interview now. Ron Voyage is going to fly on out of here. I'll see you June 29th, you punk.
Wow. Big words. Thank you for joining us, Ron Voyage. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. Kip, go to hell.
Lots of chances.
Hey, Ron Voyage, go follow Wrestling with Savage. I'll tell him. I'm going to get Ron Voyage on this show later. We got to hear what he has to say because Evil Kip didn't hold back. You disrespected that man, sir.
If that's the future, then I'm praying for society. I swear to God, if that's nuclear holocaust must have occurred. Quite frankly, have that around, it's just not going to happen. And whoever put those little comments, whoop that Kip, that ain't going to happen. And if you want to write those little things behind a keyboard, that's where you have your courage. But the Lord knows, if you were going to say that to my face, you would get whipped by Kip. You would get whipped by Kip.
Listen, Kip, listen. I think you might, maybe, you know who else is sometimes honest? MJF.
You smell nice. All right.
See, that's MJF telling me that I smell nice. Maybe you want someone that looks as good as me, thinks as well as me. Maybe I can be by your corner for this match against Ron Voyage. Maybe we can make quick work of him. Would you like some assistance? I'll do the first match for free to show you my services.
Oh, in that case, no. I don't want to even do any of the
Why would you take a good offer? You wouldn't know a good offer if it hits you in the motherfucking forehead, goddammit.
Yeah, I know. I've been missing out on all these great offers. That's because I've been following myself and winning.
If you had me representing you, you'd probably have 17 titles right now, like Spencer Slade.
Spencer Slade has 17 titles. Name all 17.
17 all over the country, all over the world, from Austria to Germany to Spain. All right, ICW, Empire State Wrestling. He has gold all over the place in New Jersey, Tri-State County, ICWA, AWA, XWV. Dude, I can keep going. Spencer Slade is going to have gold in NWA real soon.
Oh, okay. Did you say he has the Hep C championship? Was that one of them?
Listen, as far as I know, he has the HIP, the ABC, and Triple B championship, all the way down to the Lucha Libre Triple X rated title. He's got titles you've never even heard of.
It sounds like you're playing a game of Wheel of Fortune. You're just trying to figure out what the clue is.
He's a fucking champion. That's all you need to know, goddammit. Just like you got your gold. I won't take that away from you. You're a champion, just like Trick Williams is, and he's about to fight Shawn Spears any minute now. But before he does, let's finish talking about Monday Night Raw. We got to talk about Bo Dallas. He opened up to Uncle Howdy about his late brother Wyatt, and a lot of internet nerds like to say stupid things about a lot of people, and a lot of stupid things have been said about Bo Dallas, and I love the fact that they just bull-speared right through one of those stupid questions if he's trying to exploit his brother with this whole gimmick, which is fucking nonsense. What did you think about Bo Dallas on Monday Night? Did it get you emotional?
Well, again, this Uncle Howdy reincarnation certainly has a lot of talking. To touch on what you said, whenever wrestling fans speak, I like to listen to be entertained because I hear a lot of dumb things. Just like Elliot Quesadilla over here, whoop that kip. That's not going to happen. But, hey, Elliot, you want me to go in the chat and say to him? Again, another wrestling moron. A lot of wrestling fans, when they speak, say dumb things. And for any of them to comment on the personal life situation of Bo Dallas and the late Bray Wyatt, I think this shows utter ignorance. For anybody to comment, why is he trying to get money off Bray's name? Have you ever had a conversation with Bray Wyatt or Bo Dallas? Probably not. Have you ever had a conversation with Mike Rotunda? Probably not. Wrestling sick to my stuff of how ignorant and stupid. And I am a wrestler, and I can call you out. Please, come to my gimmick table, please. Try to have a conversation with me. My God, I get some of the dumbest things. It's embarrassing. So if you want to comment on people's personal lives, touch grass for once.
I agree with that. Yeah, I thought it was a phenomenal segment. I couldn't have done it or scripted it better myself. I think it's going to resonate with all the real wrestling fans who have love for Bo, have love for Mike Rotunda, have love for Wyndham Rotunda, have love for the whole family. That honestly, they're a legendary wrestling family, and it's going to be great to see Bo Dallas live up to that potential that I know he's capable of on Monday Night Raw with the whole company behind him. This is a team effort here at the WWE right now. I don't think there's ever been a time where the WWE locker room has had more camaraderie than like right now.
Oh, so you're back there, and you know this for a fact?
I've talked to a few people that have been back there, and they tell me what they experienced. Yes, I haven't been back there. These are off the words of superstars who are right now currently killing it all over the world. Because you know I deal with superstars, right?
Oh, sure. Yeah, you named, again, Arby's Gyro, whatever his name is. Look, I mean, at the end of the day, what makes people happy is having money in their pocket. That's what makes people happy.
Absolutely. That's why my clan Marty Jannetty's happy. I keep money in his pockets all year long.
There you go. As far as this Bo Dallas, Uncle Howdy segment, flat out, I think wrestling fans should just sit back and enjoy it. Let's see what happens. I remember last week when they debuted, is it going to last? Usually things fall apart. Well, yeah, everything falls apart in life eventually. I look at people's critiques and it's embarrassing. I think the best thing wrestling fans can do right now is watch these segments and be entertained, because right now, I just speaking for myself, I am entertained. I am thirsty to where things go.
I'll say this. I think the way they introduced him as himself, that they already introduced that it's going to be him dealing with all these things. There's so many ways to tell that story for years to come, because he's not playing a character. He's playing he's playing himself. This is real shit we're seeing, and people don't even know how good it's about to get. I think it's not only going to get good, it can continue to get better if it's done properly, if it's given that Hollywood treatment. And as long as it has their full support, full attention, and everybody's on board with the overall big picture here, and I would assume that the big picture is to get Bo Dallas to that WrestleMania main event status one day. I would assume
everybody has that goal. Ultimately, I think what would make Bo Dallas happy, and again, I'm not trying to speak for the man, but I will say that I think as long as he comes out of this smile on his face, that's going to be more rewarding. Because something tells me that he didn't have a smile on his face for a better part of a year.
Man, I wouldn't be surprised if we see the Wyatt Six be the first faction in history to determine the outcome of a Royal Rumble, where they literally eliminate everybody and Bo Dallas is just your winner. It would be crazy. First time it's ever happened. Maybe a little extreme. I don't know. But when you're talking about this storyline, how can you not take it serious? How can you not make it insane? It's as real as it gets. We're talking about life and death here. The death of Bray Wyatt and the life of Bo Dallas, because now his life is going to be surrounded by this, and it's going to be a constant in his life. So we'll see how they're going to keep up with that. I think they're off to a tremendous start. Keeping it moving. Karrion Kross defeated Kofi Kingston. Assassination of the New Day live in front of our eyes. Can Big E make a return and save the New Day, or are the New Day doomed? Evil Kip, you got any thoughts on this?
Yes.
Before we get to the main event?
I think that the New Day and the Bibles of Tomorrow all would lose to Evil Kip if they were in the match. Would I like to see Big E come back? 100% yes. I think that I'm happy for the man Big E. He's said that if he never wrestles again, that he is content with his life, and I think that's the most important thing.
Yep, 100%.
However,
Yep.
As somebody who's a fan, who at the end of the day, all a wrestler wants more than anything is to leave the wrestling business on their own terms. And
well, I think Big E, he's got such a big personality that we're going to see him on TV no matter what, whether it's wrestling or behind the scenes, manager, commentary, whatever. He's not done.
Yes, but with that being said, I think that I think he's somebody that would really love a second chance.
Oh, of course.
To put the proper period at the end of his sentence.
You got to imagine that he's putting in the work to make that happen. You have to think that.
Of course. And ultimately, the most important thing is his health. And
yeah, we're watching NXT right now. Trick Williams taking out Sean Spears, and Ethan Page and Ora Mensah were just going at it at ringside while the match continues. We'll keep you posted. But last night on Raw, we had new tag team champions as R-Truth messed up yet again. Liv Morgan got him to put up the titles, and Liv Morgan helped the Judgment Day add more gold to their faction. Finn Balor, JD McDonough, now your new tag team champions. Tough luck for Awesome Truth. You can see from the shots here that Liv Morgan had a lot to do with this. And I'm okay with it. I love JD McDonough, and it's nice to see him get some gold.
oh, yes, obviously. Congratulations to the new champions. Of course, if they were to have a tag team match against myself and Bryce Donovan, they would lose. Same thing for Miz and R-Truth. Just the way it is. But again, it's good to see that they climbed to the top of the WWE mountain. And it's very cool to see Liv Morgan involved, not just with Dominic Mysterio, but in all Judgment Day matters, which definitely creates an interesting story. And as you alluded to earlier, makes it more interesting and more exciting for when Rhea Ripley returns.
Okay. We got a thing we like to do on this show called... Evil Kip, why don't you go ahead and try to tell the people, read that headline, and then tell us your quick thoughts on each one.
Liv Morgan surpasses Cody Rhodes in popularity on Google. Draw my thoughts as well. Geez, we have the professional wrestling business with the majority of a male fan base, and we are shocked that they are Googling Liv Morgan. I can guarantee from these friggin' dumb wrestling fans, they're probably trying to Google the text message that was sent to Dominic Mysterio. Good luck, loser.
And Pat McAfee revealed his tragic reason. Unfortunately, his father-in-law passed away.
Prayers and condolences to the McAfee family. Yes, I will say that. Now I will move along and say one nasty thing about Pat McAfee. You were an Indianapolis Colts, and I took great joy in watching the New England Patriots beat you most of the time. Next,
Jesus Christ.
Mandy Rose addresses potential AEW move after WWE exit. Hey, if she can CTC cash those checks from a wrestling company, by all means, go for it. Because everybody knows she is CTCing checks from her private account. Empty. Vince McMahon's office remains vacant at WWE HQ. Spoiler alert, it will probably remain empty for the foreseeable future. Headline, WWE urged to give Uncle Howdy the world title after 6/24 Raw. Hey, guess what, wrestling fans? It is a process. Awesome debut, let's make him a champion. You say that after everybody's debut. We just thinking about Jacob Fatu. It's a process. Enough with your fantasy booking BS. Headline, WrestleMania XL Behind the Curtain documentary finally gets release date. I believe it's going to be released tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct, Wrestling with Savage?
I think it's coming out next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday. Cool. Guess what? Who cares how long it took? All that matters is that it is finally being released, and you all can enjoy it. And then you can all comment on it. And I will be hearing insipid comments because we all know wrestling fans lack intelligence.
A little birdie told me that I'm featured in that documentary for about 7 seconds.
That's 7 seconds too long. Headline, Rhea Ripley, WWE return plans are in place. Spoiler alerts. The second she got injured, then they decided, okay, we are going to make sure when she returns, it is a big deal. This is not a show. Is this even a headline? Hey, here's the sub-headline. WWE has storyline writers and a creative office. That's exactly what that says to me. Jesus H. Christ. Must be a new say to write that. Oh, headline. Joe Hendry claims responsibility for WWE NXT videos surpassing his debut views. What does that even mean? Claims responsibility for NXT videos surpassing his debut views?
He's claiming responsibility for WWE's huge surge in YouTube, basically.
Well, yeah, he should claim responsibility because the videos that had him have a higher number next to it. Now, you see, again, this is not a headline. Oh, my videos have lots of views. Well, there you go. There's their reason. Like, it's not that, we're not breaking the atom here, folks. Like, he got on, it caused a stir, and there's literal proof of it by the number of views. Like,
Sean Spears just defeated Trick Williams on NXT. Obviously, a lot of shenanigans went and took place, but we'll get right back to that in a moment when we hear what Evil Kip thinks of our last piece of breaking news.
Headline, WWE plans to expand future Big Four premium live events. How is that a headline? Expand how? Extra days?
Well, like the way they do WrestleMania, they want to make that for Rumble, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series. They want to make those 4 events stand out amongst all the other events.
Okay, I mean, that's a very ambitious goal, but WWE has shown that, especially in the Nick Khan era, that they're going bigger and better as much as possible. Do I think that all 4 events can get there? I don't know about Survivor Series yet, but they've already said it's going to happen for SummerSlam. I think they could do it for SummerSlam. You space it out enough from WrestleMania.
I think they can do it for all four because the business has never been bigger, thriving, and you got to remember there's markets that are craving this business right now because they haven't been there. So if you plan the right territories, not only are they going to sell out, they're going to break records. They're going to make money. They have big stars. They're only getting bigger stars. Storylines are on fire. They merger with TKO. WWE's on a trajectory it's never been on before. About to go on Netflix, meaning there won't be any restrictions on country or rating. Shit is going to you're going to hear word fuck, shit, cunt, pussy, shit, and everything else in between when they move to Netflix.
I don't necessarily agree with you. I think when the fans say it, we'll be able to hear it.
I think it's going to happen sooner than you think just by the final boss's recent language from what we saw.
And that's cool, but I think if everybody starts doing it, you're going to have two things. Little kids aren't going to be allowed to watch as much, and it's not going to be...
That's fine, because every time they told little kids, don't play Grand Theft Auto...
Yeah, look at this. You already muted yourself. Look, embarrassing. That's what happens now with network television. What's going to happen is now fans will be able to hear fans chanting.
I'm excited because I'm passionate about this. I smack my microphone like I went through ever in your life. God damn it! You understand? Don't do it.
Don't do what?
Don't get in my way. Don't get in Spencer Slade's way. I'll say it again. Don't do it.
Arby's gyro, all right, whatever. I'm sure he won't even hear the footsteps from me because he has those little earmuffs on.
Unbelievable. Those earmuffs are for protection, so he can continue to suplex people on a daily basis. You understand? You wouldn't know nothing about that.
Man in wrestling, but I can't hurt my little sensitive ears.
That's right. Trick Williams takes a loss to Sean Spears. Unbelievably, will Sean Spears get a title shot now? We're gonna have to wait and see. We got new champions on Raw. Right now, we have Money in the Bank coming up live Saturday, July 6th. A lot of matches to look forward to. Will this be the year that Jey Uso wins? I'm calling Chad Gable. I think Kip says he likes to wait to see all the participants before he picks. How about this? Will Braun Breaker be your new IC champion? Yes or no?
Oh, I think that's going to be another draw.
Draw Central here. And, of course, we have the Heavyweight Championship match on the line. You're watching the WWE Weekly Update. We had our special guest, Evil Kip, here. Tomorrow night, you can watch AEW Weekly Update. And then, of course, Thursday night, the greatest wrestling podcast of all time continues with the Savage Storm Wrestling Super Show, where we get into the entire week of pro wrestling. Go to my website, wrestlingwithsavage.com, buy a bunch of merch and cool shit. Go to the wrestling universe and meet legends like I did. I get to hang out with Sabu. He wants me to do his podcast too. We got to talk a little more. You can meet guys like Zach, El Fantasmo, Gilbert, Drew Gulak, Scott Norton. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Easy-E. Look at this. Booker T, Vince Russo, Don Marie, Bree, Nikki Garcia, Elijah, Tully Blanchard, Jake, Tony Atlas. I mean, this is my personal favorite right here. I'm bringing this guy in myself personally. Can't wait to hang out with DDP. Can't wait to have breakfast. And can't wait to be inspired by this man's presence because this guy is a force. You got to admit DDP's a beast, yes?
Oh, God, yeah. Hey, listen. Little Evil Kip, what's throwing him up? Don't sue me, DDP. This is just, this is just respect for you right now.
Yeah, I can't wait to just hang out with him. I've talked with him a lot of times. He's a good friend of Marty Jannetty's. He's scheduled to be on the podcast at some point in this year. Really good dude, class act. More wrestlers.
He's going to say bro.
Bro, yeah. Look at all these people. Look at the wrestling universe. It's out of fucking control. Maharaja will be in here. Come on. WrestlingUniverse.com. Find out about all the signings. In other news, like I said, Triple H, greatest fucking booker of all time. I'm just going to leave it at that. God damn it. He's the fucking man. Kip, you got anything you want to close the show with?
Sure. Follow me on my socials. I'm Evil Kip on Twitter. Yes, I'm still calling it Twitter. No, I will not change that. I was also on Instagram. I am also on Threads, even though I don't post on Threads, at I am Evil Kip. You can follow me on Facebook at Francis Kip Stevens. Why? Because I don't know how to change it to Evil Kip. One day I'll learn, or maybe I won't. You can go to my Pro Wrestling Tees store. It's at Evil Kip Stevens. You can also come out Saturday to Dropkick Depression to see me defend the Dropkick Depression heavyweight title against Ron Voyage. You saw that piece of crap on the show earlier, and I schooled him promo-wise. I will school him in the ring. I will then take time out of my busy schedule to insult each and every fan in that building to their face. Why? Because I can, and you can't stop me. Other than that, you can Google Evil Kip Stevens to see if I've done anything else in wrestling. Follow me on shows such as Creative Pro. I'm always on Cap TV. VPW Wrestling in the Long Island area. I've also wrestled it with Cri Pro in the past. Hopefully they bring me back. Well, they probably won't because they're friggin' morons at times. Atlantic All-Star Wrestling I have wrestled for in the past. When do they bring me back? I don't know. Why? Because they can't afford my rates. We will see. Wherever I pop up, it's for a purpose and, more importantly, for a payday.
Evil Kip, we appreciate you coming on here. Make sure you have a good night. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your summer. And we'll talk to you very soon. Everybody go check them out. What is it, June 29th? It's coming up. You only got a few days. Go get your tickets. I'm sure it's going to be a sellout whenever Kip is in the house. It usually is. You've been watching Wrestling with Savage. We'll see you tomorrow night for the AEW Weekly Update. Savage out. Kip out. We'll see you next time. Oh, yeah. And don't be average. Be savage.
Yeah, let me hear it.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, process you live as a champ. Her last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. Smackdown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins now.